Hi Libra, this is your December reading for 2016. Okay, so what I'm seeing in the past is that there's been some sort of nearly averted disaster. There's been some sort of sorrow. It could involve quarrelling. It could be about something from the past. Six of Cups in reverse. Plus we've got the Four of Wands. I'm seeing it as letting go, Libra. There's something that you're having to let go or you're working through right now. Something emotional, something that's connected to your past, something that's connected to stability, could be about selling a house. You may be selling a house after a divorce. Or it could mean feeling a sense of like ostracization, where your people are pushing you out and you're feeling left out from gatherings, possibly. It's talking about working on your emotional self, working on your unconscious, working on past hurts, releasing of sorrow, releasing of past pain. There's very much a sense of what was in the past just recently for you was definitely about letting go. It was about release. It was about moving forward to a next stage. But what you've got distracting you is the Six of Swords. Now this can talk about staying stagnant in a situation for far too long. It can talk about not wanting to move away. Or there could be a kind of indifference. But I'm getting that that's distracting you. So you need to kind of make a decision about that situation and kind of move forward. You've got the Queen of Cups in reverse as the issue now. So this is a woman who's she can either get lost in fantasy. This can talk about drugs, abuse, alcohol, emotionally dependent substances, things that you're going to cling to for support. Obviously that's not going to relate to everybody. It can also talk about being the opposite of that, like not letting anyone take advantage of you. You could know what you want emotionally and you're going for it now. She can also be the kind of scorned woman. This is a woman that could be hurt and then betrayed and kind of goes and drowns herself. So it's suggesting that like emotions are high right now, but I think it's because of this healing that's going on. There's some emotional healing going on. As you now, we've got the Moon card. Now this is talking about symbols, dreams, synchronicities, but it can also talk about fears, hidden unconscious fears, hidden emotional unconscious fears that needed to be worked through. So this process here in terms of the healing has led you to this state now, which is like very emotional. But what it is I'm seeing the moon. And I'm realising that we've got this full moon coming up in Gemini tomorrow, because today's the 13th. So tomorrow we've got the full moon in Gemini, so things will become clearer after that full moon, I believe. because around the time of the full moon, there's kind of like this. There's a lot of illusion around. So I'm getting that after this full moon's kind of cleared, a couple of days after, because I'm seeing that the energy changes after that. Your new focus and where your energy is going is changing. So after the full moon, I think you'll start to see that. We've got the Hermit in reverse as your helping card. This can talk about separating yourself from the past. It can talk about seeing things more clearly. It can talk about a period of going inside yourself in order to discover more. And now that you've done that, it's time to come out, to move forward. Because the next card you've got in terms of ahead of you, you've got the Fool. Now he's all about new beginnings, new starts, moving forward, new journeys, leaping into the unknown in a very innocent, childlike way. This can talk of wanting something new to come in. But what we've got right next to it is the Eight of Wands, and this is like, what I'm seeing is this guy's like took a step, and literally where he's just stepped, those arrows have kind of landed. And this is about messages coming in fast. So I'm getting that once you start this new journey, it's going to start rolling fast. This could be a new relationship. It could be a new business partnership. It could be the birth of a new start of any kind, really. But it's suggesting that once it starts, it's going to go very fast, move very fast. It can also talk about communication through emails, through texts. It could be the selling of a house going through as well, because that would lead to a new start. Once you've sold a house, you'd go and buy a new one, or find your next place to live, or you've already found your next place to live, and then you can move. So that would be seen as a new start. You've got the Seven of Wands as your new focus. So what's that telling me is kind of possibly it's time to let the barriers down. It's about, so he's kind of, he's very defensive. He's very defensive. But that can also be the energy moving away from feeling a sense of betrayal or disaster to overcoming fears and emotional fears to then putting up barricades. But it's suggesting that you possibly don't need to put up the barricades so much. This new start's coming in. But what you've also got over here, the energy oracle, is caring connections. This can talk about a new love coming in. So this, paired with the Fool, can talk about new starts in love. And once they start, they happen, or they come really fast. You've also got the card for Imagine. Now this card is basically a pass from the universe. It's saying whatever you can imagine, you can manifest. So it's basically about, this could be relationships, prosperity, business. Even this Caring Connections card can relate to business partnerships, business affairs. All of these cards suggest a new start, and this is almost like, this Imagine card is almost like the magician in the tarot. This is like saying you've got everything you want, you've got everything you need, just go for it. All you need to do now is work on maybe the visualization, visual boards. Put your energy and your imagination into a place of manifestation focus, of a place where you can bring these things into your life. Leave this energy behind with the Three of Swords, but you're doing that healing. That's what I'm getting. You're doing that healing. What you also got as your final card is Yoga. Now, whenever I see this card, one, I relate it to health, because obviously yoga keeps you fit, but more so, excuse me, it's about breath and connection to breath for me. So, what I'm finding with this reading is that it's telling you to connect to your breath. I think sometimes when things get a bit emotional, a bit overwhelming, we're not sure. There's a lot of unconscious, emotional, subconscious kind of energies around. It's good to just take that one breath to center yourself, and I feel like it takes me to a different place. It centers the body in a different way. So when I'm seeing yoga, I'm getting that you need to connect to your breath more. But overall, Libra, this is a very good reading. Yeah, you're doing that healing. Just be careful to stay away from like any drugs, alcohol, substances at this time, because the energy is around for that, and it can be very misleading, as can the full moon right now. So yeah, I'd sense that after a couple of days, you're going to get this forward movement, forward feeling of energy moving forward more. It's there, and then once it starts, it's going to go real fast. Just be careful to keep your barriers down. Um, yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I hope this was very helpful. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. Stay blessed.